Hi my beautiful fellow queens, welcome back to my channel. For everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Okay, so today we are going to go over my whole foundation and color correction routine because I think this is such a game changer, and I have mentioned this before. I have reduced my concealer usage so much and it has been so good for me. Color correcting and then the correct application of foundation on top of it is game changer. So I want to share that with you because I think you could highly benefit from that, especially when you are a little bit more mature, like skin wise. So I just hope that this is going to be really beneficial, and let's go right into it. So first of all, let's start with all the preparation work, which is washing your face, getting rid of all of the, whatever is left from the night or whenever you're applying your makeup. So I washed my face, then I put toner all over and, dabbed it all in to prime my face, sort of already the first step. Then I put on several layers of moisturizer. I'm using at least 2 layers of moisturizer in the morning, and I just put one on, then I let it sink in a little bit, and then I put on the second one. Then that's what I did so far. Other than that, I have nothing on my face, and I know you don't usually see me like this, but I think it's just going to be really beneficial for you to see me like this. Anyway, besides that, I have nothing to be ashamed of. So that's just what it is. This is how I have been made. The next thing I want to do is actually, I'm going to quickly tightline my eyes, because that is what I always do first, and then we will apply the primer. Okay, so I have tightlined my eyes and I'm putting on my first kind of primer. So that is the Essence Prime Studio primer, and it's a spray. And then I will also apply this one because this is somewhat of a shine control. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base. Both of them are really good, and especially Essence is very affordable. So I'm just shaking this, and then I am using a plastic file here and holding this under my face in order to not mess up my clothes. And then I'm just gonna spray this in my face just a tiny little bit, and it will be a little bit tacky for a little bit, so I'm just gonna let it dry down. And then once it has just a tiny little bit dried down, I will put the one from L'Oreal just on my T-zone. Because as you know, if you're not new here, my T-zone is uncontrollable. And even with all of this, it's like really hard. So that's what I do. And then we can actually start with the color correcting. And for color correction, I use another product from L'Oreal, and I'm very happy with that. And that is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Concealer Pomade in Orange. It looks like, no, let me open it for you. This is how it looks like. I don't know if that comes across out of focus. Do your job. Okay, so this is obviously a pomade, and if you are already very, if you have a lot of wrinkles here already, then this is not what you can use. I still can pull it off, but it is starting to be borderline. I'm 39 years old and I'm not getting younger. So, you know what, let me just zoom you in with my new camera. So let me just see how this works. Okay, 1 second. Let me show you. I hope this comes across, that I do have discoloration, especially on this side. Is this light too bright? Let me just dim it a little bit. Does that help? Okay, I have discoloration here. Like the blue, obviously, okay? I'm not sleeping. But here there are spots developing that are definitely age spots, and I'm not very fond of them. They used to be a little bit kind of a freckly situation, but now they are just turning into lines for some reason that are just like here. And do you see that? And then there is this one spot that I used to have only during pregnancies, and then it sort of faded away, and during pregnancies it was really, really dark. And now it just stays there like one big ugly freckle. So I want to get rid of all of that. And as you know, when you see me with foundation on, that that actually works. So what I'm using is this right now, okay? If you are older and you have a lot of wrinkles, this will settle into your fine lines, so you cannot do that. But what you can do is, and you can go back to a video that I made about that, and I'm going to try to link it in the cards if I don't forget. I will make an effort to find it. It was in the series that I made with my mom, Makeup with My Mom, and I did a whole color correction thing with her because her face is full of age spots, and we used an orange, like a true orange eyeshadow, and put that instead of this pomade, the concealer pomade. And that is not like, it's not a concealer, it is a color correcting pomade, okay? And we put that all over her face and then applied the foundation on top of that. So if you're in that situation, you can watch the video that I have somewhere in the corner, and if not, then then we just continue with this. But the same basic principle applies, okay? So I'm still very new to this whole situation here with my camera, but I hope we're pulling this off. So what I'm doing now, I'm using a basically a flat shader brush, and I'm just dipping it into the pomade and applying it all on all of my blue areas, and also then in general also on all those age spots, developing age spots. You can also, let me just check if I can show you this. Oops, that was too much, sorry. You know, also when you have pimples around this line here, what am I having here? This you can also cover, you know, you can do a spot treatment like this, for example, you know, like this. And around the corner of your nose, like that. So all of those reddish or bluish spots will eventually then disappear. Also the corner here of your inner eye, if you are not sleeping like me, then that is very, very important to also apply it there. Because let me tell you, if you skip this step and you have discoloration and you just put on your foundation and on top of that the concealer, how you always see it done everywhere, the risk of all of this just coming across gray is really, 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 really great. And I hear that from clients all the time, you know, that they don't know what to do and they don't understand why it just comes across like really muddy, ashy gray. And that's exactly what it is, because the discoloration shines through, but the orange will balance it out. Okay, so let me just do the other side, because that side is even worse for me because of this whole area here. So here the inner corner, I'm doing it just a little bit, and then this part right here I'm doing like a lot. So I know it looks crazy and you need some faith. Yeah, but it really, really works, you will see. And I mean, you've seen my other videos, I don't show any signs of, you know, discoloration there, so you must believe me that it works. So here I have applied everything now, and then because I know this spot here and this long line here is especially hard, so I just dab another line on this. And again here around my nose, like this. Let's just check. Okay, so this is more or less done. I also have something here developing, so I usually just brush whatever is left on my brush. I just brush it on like this. So, whew, are we aging kindly yet? Oh, it's not fair. It's not fair that when you're young you really don't appreciate it. Okay, so that's the first step. So the next step is actually finding your perfect foundation. And there is a lot to be said in this whole topic, but I personally, in order to find the right shade for myself, I mix foundations all the time. Like right now, I'm using 3 different ones. There are 2 from Maybelline, from the series Fit Me Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I have the shade 115 and 128. I mix them two of them together. And I also use, in addition to that, to get even more coverage, I take the Stay Matte foundation from Rimmel. Okay, I must say, I'm using this all on the back of my hand and I'm just mixing it right there while I'm talking now. Okay, so I must say, in this whole connection to foundations, I cannot speak in experience of high-end foundations. I have no idea, because I need so much foundation all the time. I cannot with a good conscience go and buy a foundation that costs like $30. I can't, you know. If I do that, my kids will not have lunches for school. So that's why I'm using Maybelline and Rimmel, and they work beautifully for me. So just saying, you know, if you have experience with like Estee Lauder and Dior or something like this, then let me know in the comment section, because I would really like to know your experiences in that. So next thing, I'm taking a kabuki brush and I'm dipping it into my mix, and then I'm just pressing it on like a rubber stamp, like this. So you do need a sort of medium to full coverage foundation. I go for full coverage because that's what I like, and I also go for matte because, as you know, my T-zone is out of control, and that's like my need. Okay, but if you're older and you have more wrinkles, then you should go probably for a more dewy foundation, because matte foundations can look a little bit cakey on you and will most probably show up your wrinkles more and make you then look older as a result of that. So wrinkles I've been spared yet, for the most part, but so for the time being I'm going for matte foundations. And really, again, feel free to just mix your own foundations, you know. It's all the same. You can you can mix different brands, you can mix everything. It's like it's, feel free. I never thought that was actually an option. I had no idea till I started to study it. So I don't know, I always thought I have to go to a store and there find my perfect foundation. So you don't have to do that. You can really totally feel free. So I'm aware of the fact that this foundation on me is much darker than my skin tone, and if I would perfectly color match myself, this is like, I would fail the test. You know, this is not my skin tone, but I do this on purpose. There are a lot of YouTubers or like beauty gurus that go a shade lighter during the winter when the skin is much lighter. But I don't, because I just feel, I feel this is more flattering, and if you do it right, and if you don't forget to also apply foundation down your neck and sort of blend it into the line of your clothes, so there is absolutely no problem with that. Just, you have to do a good job, you know, you have to do a complete job. So the important thing is that everywhere where you have the concealer or the color correcting pomade applied, you just dab it on. Okay, you cannot smudge it like this. You cannot, because it will move, and especially if you're using the orange eyeshadow instead of the pomade, you have to be very careful. You have to stamp it on. Okay. In all the other areas, like here, I can just do circular motions or whatever motions I want to apply the foundation. like this. Never forget your jawline, really work your jawline like this. And then go down to wherever it hits your clothes, you know? So the other day I saw something on a, it was like a news broadcast of an American TV station. And I got so upset with the makeup artist for so many reasons. I don't know, how nobody saw that, I will never understand. There was a woman of color, and she was, her foundation was so wrong. She looked like she had ashes all over her face. And I don't know how nobody saw that. Plus, and that makes the whole thing even worse, the makeup artist, whoever prepared her for the show, had applied the foundation, as wrong as it was from the color point of view, had applied the foundation only till here. So basically this woman had an ash kind of, I don't know how to call it, the ashy face, and then her natural brown skin on her neck. She looked so bad, and I don't understand. I really don't understand. Your face does not end here. It ends wherever your clothes start, okay? And however far that goes down, this is how far you have to apply your foundation. Okay, my friends, we're almost done because today I'm just going to concentrate with you just on that subject, okay? So next thing, I'm actually going to do some concealing, and I'm using the Essence Camouflage Full Coverage Concealer. Again, very affordable. And I'm applying that just a tiny little bit here, just to brighten up the inner corner. And really, with all the color correcting done, you don't need more than this. You don't absolutely not need more than this. You know how you see that all the time, how they apply like a huge triangle of concealer. Okay, so I'm not an Instagram model and I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me, and you really don't need it. And especially if you have more mature skin, the more layers you put on, the more it will show up. So it will just, it will crease, you know. I don't think that there is a concealer out there, or that there is any product out there that will not show up your lines, because it's your face. This is nature, it's physics, you know. It's not magic. So now I'm just dabbing this on with a sponge. It should be a little bit damp, okay? If it is dry, then it will just suck out the moisture of the product. So have it a little bit damp, and then just dab the concealer in, and that's it. And as you can see, there is nothing of the orange still visible, so there's the magic. Okay, so next thing, you can actually set your foundation, and I do that. But in all that time that I've been speaking to you, this foundation actually set itself. It is still a little bit tacky, but it did set itself. It sort of blended into the skin. But still, I'm going to apply this here, which is the True Match Minerals Mattifying Powder in translucent, and from L'Oreal. And I'm applying that just on top of that, but just a tiny little bit, you know. I'm not going crazy, and I just dab it on like this. I'm not sweeping it on because I want to prevent anything from moving around. So I'm just dusting the brush a tiny little bit and just dabbing it on like this. And that's it. All done. And immediately you look, I don't know, much younger. So, yay. So, with all that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and finish my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and say goodbye, okay? So, I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, so this is the finished look. I think it turned out really nice. I used, just for your information, I used the A Freak palette from Juvia's Place, and if you're interested, and you're here, so I guess you are, I used the green and the blue in the crease. sort of creating a gradient towards the inside of the corner of my eye. I blended it out with the yellow. On my lid I had this shade, which is sort of like a silvery kind of a shimmer. And I blended it into this one. It's like a teal shimmer, and then it meets this one at the outer side of the crease. On the lower lash line I have a, what's it called? There's no name, green quartz from Jade. That's the eyeliner, and blended it out with the dark blue. So I think that's really, really pretty, and it's good enough for Monday, isn't it? So yeah, today when I'm filming this is Monday. I have no idea when you're seeing this, because right now I'm just filming, you know, for the sake of filming and for being yay. Alright, so this is the look, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that this whole foundation and color correcting routine is going to be very, very helpful for you, because for me it is, and it was, and it is, and it will be, and I think it is really, I've said it before, it is a game changer, and I just highly recommend it, you know. So let me know your thoughts about the topic or about anything else you want to see in the comment section down below. Besides that, you find all the information about my makeup and my other social media in the description box. And I would really like it if you would come back for my next video, which for sure will be very, very soon. So go ahead and sparkle. Go ahead and, you know, color correct. And up until then, I love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.